Hello and welcome to Table of Geequals, episode 25. Spoiler alert, no bitching. And this week, we have back from the almost dead, Alex, what?
I had pneumonia, so thanks for making fun of me last
Oh, you're
week.
welcome.
I really appreciate that. I was lying when you were taping last week's episode. I was lying in bed and I could barely breathe.
Oh, yeah.
So I really appreciate... what was it you called me? Oh, right. No, sorry. You didn't call me anything.
I never did.
You tried to introduce a new character. So thanks, Derek, for getting my back on that. And
I would like to go on record that was not my idea. He mentioned it, and then I ran with it.
Right. So then when I got here this evening, Derek just threw you right under the bus. Derek just, PigMonkey tried to...
Totally his idea. He had it written down on a fucking... It's all him.
No, but it's great to be back. Kind of a crowded room tonight.
Yeah,
a little bit.
So,
well, we also have our other host, Gavin.
Hey, how you guys doing tonight?
And, of course, like we mentioned, I don't know, did we mention it?
We did mention
it. Bill is gone, and in his spot we have Samantha. Hello.
Hello.
And we have Samantha's escort, hanging out
Escort.
Yes. Well, that's what you were doing. It
I
is
paid
Dartmouth.
you for that.
It is Dartmouth, right? So
Yes.
you were escorting.
Dark side guy.
Wearing the navy hat, so you look
Yes.
nice and tough too.
I was on the side of the road in the dark on hump day. It's best to have somebody with you.
Yeah, and
Especially someone you can outrun.
Yeah.
We were discussing
actually
that.
thought that. She threatened to stab me in the leg.
wow.
As you do.
Okay.
Well,
So-
we are in Dartmouth,
I've lived here my entire life. And
so you know.
Yeah, I just don't like sharing it with outsiders. We weren't supposed to tell them.
to say.
The non-dark dwellers.
You
Can you actually dim the lights a little bit in here? I'm finding this uncomfortable.
You do anything geeky this week, Gavin?
Not a whole lot, really. Just, I don't think I even turned my computer on. I just got the new Judge Dredd compilation.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah, so that's pretty much just been eating my brain.
I love Dredd. I like the way they draw Dredd. It's very, very busy, so you can really lose yourself in a couple of pictures. And there's so much more to the story going on in Mega City if you pay attention to what's
Well, Mega
going
City is
on.
absolutely a character, but this is some of the classic stuff is IDW has been bringing over in sort of giant magazine format that don't actually fit in any bookshelf known to man.
That's really inconvenient.
And kind of awesome.
It's very bad planning.
Because they
on
know
their
you'll
part.
buy it anyway.
And new bookshelf.
And new bookshelf. How about you, Sam?
Saw Gravity last night.
What's Gravity?
It's
Sandra
the
Bullock
weakest
was
of the
recording.
forces.
Oh,
Oh, physics joke.
Sorry.
thanks.
No problem.
So how was it?
Please
Did you enjoy
continue.
it?
I definitely agree with Neil deGrasse Tyson on his giant rant of the bad science in said movie, but the visuals and the acting are so good. Go see it.
But all in all, you'd say Gravity was weak?
Actually, it was quite strong.
Oh,
the force was strong with that one.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
I'll stop now. I'm sorry.
The 3D action
I think
was
I'm
pretty
still
decent.
delirious.
The pneumonia has not stopped your filter problem at all.
No, not at all. So as full as I am of mucus right now, words are still coming.
Yes. I've been going through all of the Dresden Files audiobooks again.
Oh, so good.
Oh, I just going because I've got a huge run and I've been going from beginning to end. You can really appreciate the arc of his writing style, and at the same time, you can hear James Marsters, who reads it, just get more comfortable with the characters. Really quite interesting and fun, but it takes up a lot of time.
Do you ever have like this urge to rearrange the words?
Yes.
So that like they narrate your everyday life, but insert like crazy happenings in your everyday life? No, that's what
You
I
mean
do.
that doesn't happen?
Well, okay.
You have demon monkeys who sling flaming poo at you?
Every morning. It's like my...
It's a flashback.
It's my calisthenic routine.
Well, you gotta stay fit.
Yeah. You know, gotta get that healthy.
It's clearly not working.
Yeah, well, I'm getting over a cold. Not pneumonia, but... So
I love
you
how
were...
you say it with disdain. Not pneumonia.
You have to
Hey
be
man,
weak to get
I
pneumonia.
figured out that that's what I had to have. I got that last year around this time. And I was going, wow, this is weird. I'd go, and I'd take a deep breath, and I would keep breathing in for about a second and a half longer. I would keep inhaling, and I went, ooh, that's not good.
Yeah, it like as I was saying to you earlier, I realized that, oh, this is pneumonia. I've had this before.
Yeah.
I've just never actually gone and talked to anybody about this. Good to know.
Yes.
That's one to grow on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, next time I will go to the doctor.
So, yeah, it's, but it's, lying in bed, trying not to die, has given me some time to catch up on comic books. I'm almost completely caught up, which is nice. Then, as well, because I have so many phones to play with because of my job, I've also been installing Netflix on all of them, and then just lying in bed and rewatching all of Buffy. So,
One season per phone.
pretty much, that's what it's turned into. So far, I've got to say, the Note 3, really nice screen for watching
Yeah.
Buffy episodes.
I gotta ask you a question. Well, I'll do it after, but I gotta get a new phone, so
Okay.
I'm looking for a new package. So you're my guy for.
You want me to show you my package?
You've got multiples, man. Not only do I want to see that, like America wants to see that.
I'm taking it on the road.
You could have a reality show based on that, like two bags Alex.
And a rap career.
I like it. Less of the rap career thing. I may be from Dartmouth, and this may surprise you as I'm from Dartmouth. I don't have what they call cred. I think that's what they call it anyhow. So, and the fact that I say anyhow is probably not a good indicator for my future in many rapping circles. Oh, I hope I don't get shot. Incidentally, something I also say every day from Dartmouth. So.
Week in Geek, there's a new computer-generated show for Sonic coming out in 2014.
Well, that's cool. I mean, Sonic Underground was pretty good.
I don't remember it.
I
don't know. I don't like looking at Sonic. I don't like his character. It's weird. What? You got something to say?
No, just I don't like looking at Sonic. Cool, like, that's fucking mean, man. Happy blue.
I don't like the shape of the character. It looks weird. It's just wrong. It's always bothered me. I've never really enjoyed the games because it's like it's a giant round head and this little stick body. I don't know. I got weird things that set me off. Okay, fuck you.
Okay.
Fuck you for judging me.
Just a bizarre statement. I find you aesthetically unpleasing.
I did.
I just want you to know that I'm not judging you any more or less than I usually do. I'm just judging you about something new.
Hey, we've all got our lines. Mine appears to be Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yours is giant blue heads.
So nobody cares about Sonic then.
No, not
I'm just
really.
saying, Sonic Underground was a good show, and I probably will at least give the new one a try.
Fair enough.
I think you're the only one who's watched Sonic Underground, so...
I have not.
If I had
Yeah,
beat
I
Underground.
Ooh.
That's fair enough. Also have BioShock Infinite Burial of C out for the holiday crowd. Now, I actually got to watch a little bit of BioShock. I never actually played it, but that's because I get addicted to games too easily. So just watching people play is enough. It seemed interesting. I don't know how you could do another Bioshock, though. The story kind of tied itself up pretty neatly.
Yeah, so did the first one. Didn't stop them.
I guess.
Infinite was pretty cool, and there's enough there, loose thread-wise, that they can do something else.
Well, here was their process, their artistic process, when it came to making a new Bioshock game. They realized that...
Holy shit, we made a lot of money.
Yeah, they realized that people will... Fuck you, Derek.
People will fuck you, Derek. Congratulations.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
What are you doing, man?
I was just mocking everything he did. He's like,
The creative process.
go ahead, tell your shitty story.
I think it's more of a Flemmy story at this point.
I don't want to tell you.
I would have thought you would miss pneumonia.
I can't tell the story. Yeah, they'll make money and blah, blah, blah. Fuck you.
Sonic, fuck you. Bioshock, fuck you.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, we have the title for the episode.
Yeah.
I think this falls under the idea of overanalyzing a scene frame by frame. But there is apparently a Punisher Easter egg. Now, I've seen the screenshot of this, and it looks like a stagehand went, oh yeah, we'll throw up the Punisher symbol here. It'll be fine off on the edge. It does look a lot like the Punisher symbol. But I really wonder if it's worth the question, even. Like, it's the kind of thing you go, oh, cool, the Punisher symbol, and let it go by. And maybe use it as a little bit of trivia to show up your friends in a bar one night. But making a whole thread and talking about it seems a bit ridiculous.
Isn't that kind of what the internet's for?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
That and pictures of Spider-Man and Batman doing an Eiffel Tower over a pony. If you remember that little chestnut.
I had actually managed to repress that. Thank you very much.
Reminding me.
I do not thank God.
Here, I'll find it for you.
Yay!
Spider-Man.
Because they're not going to make another Punisher movie after the 2 failed
Yes,
attempts.
they are. They have to.
Technically 3, and Warzone
Yes.
was pretty good.
See, I could
Okay.
see a really fun Punisher Spider-Man movie.
Where the
That's-
Punisher just shoots Spider-Man.
Shoot in the face.
Like, it's Punisher versus Spider-Man. I loved the old Punisher versus Spider-Man. He was originally a Spider-Man villain. He's
true.
one of the few people who learned to fight Spider-Man specifically, like studied him and hunted him.
Spider-Man's just like, bullets, my one weakness.
Not so superior now, are you?
Take this, Spock. Blam.
I'd watch that.
I know you would. You have an
Fucking Spock.
irrational hatred of...
It's not irrational. You
It's-
don't even read that shit. Fuck you.
I have to sit across from you
No, I know.
one day every week.
It's
And-
torture, isn't it?
Yeah, it hurts.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, don't apologize.
You're going to see me 2 days next week.
Yeah, I know.
I'm gonna come to GVN and every subsequent podcast dressed as Sonic the Hedgehog. No, I'm not. I don't care enough about a bit to do that.
It's not. It just the character shape does not please me.
The scariest thing, you never said you had to buy a costume.
That's true.
Uh,
What I do in the privacy of my bedroom is of no consequence to you, sir.
Star Wars Rebels. There is a teaser up online. This is the Disney attempt at the story that happens between Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope. It's a really weak teaser. It's just like a coming soon Star Wars. This ought to get the fanboys wet kind of.
Can we not talk about getting fanboys yet?
But apparently it it revolves around a new character and the raising of the Rebel Alliance to fight the Imperials. They're actually going to be dealing with new canon. Like, you're not really stuck to the whole line of Skywalker. We can get well outside of that and actually explore stuff that isn't around people who have a genetic propensity to whine.
Well, it's fair. I mean, I've always liked the Star Wars universe, and I would like to see more of it. So
yeah.
I'm reasonably happy that Disney's doing this, and I think they're probably going to do it well.
I gotta say that when they took Star Wars, I was less concerned than when they took Marvel. When they took Marvel, I was like, I don't know how well this is going to go over. But they've pretty much left Marvel to Marvel. So, I don't know. I think it depends on who they have write this stuff. And they pretty much ended at the Clone Wars cartoon when they got... So, did that ever come to a satisfying conclusion?
Nope. No.
It just dropped off, did it?
Yep.
Fuck you, Disney.
Too soon, man.
Too soon?
I really wanted to know what happened to Anakin's Padawan.
Well, she
Everybody
was
Water
killed.
with the rest.
She was killed.
She was not in that movie.
Yeah, she was killed.
She was protecting the younglings. They're called children, damn it. Sorry.
It's not the politically correct term for children.
For children, yeah.
You can get around a lot
Yes,
of legal
this is
issues
my
that way.
youngling.
This is my youngling.
Oh, you kill
Do it.
children, you're a bad person.
You
You
kill
kill
younglings.
younglings, they're...
You're a bad movie.
No.
Touche.
That's
Fuck you, George
That's
Lucas.
the name. That's the name of the show. You kill... You kill children, you're a bad person. You kill younglings, you're a bad movie. Very nice. Yeah, well, I think Disney will do a decent job. I don't think they're gonna play with it too much. I wonder.
I think they know the effects, and they've got good writing talent. So I suspect we're actually going to see somebody writing Star Wars as opposed to kind of a hack science fiction, which, when you really strip it back, is all Star Wars really was.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. Can they fuck it up any worse than the prequels?
Dare them to try.
You know what?
See
I
what
would like
happens.
to see. I would like to see the death of metachlorians. I think that was
Yes.
the worst.
Just
That-
retcon it out.
Huh?
Retcon it out.
Pretend it never happened.
You know what? I bet you we could start a petition to for Disney to re-release the first Phantom Menace movie, removing all references to metachlorians.
Okay.
Somebody did that.
Oh yeah,
They called it the Phantom Edit.
The Phantom Edit.
Yeah.
But I mean, we could petition Disney to pick up the Phantom as the official edit of.
Well, what about this? Look at it scientifically, okay? So Jedi aren't scientists. And, correlation doesn't mean causation, okay? So Jedi happen to have a large number of this bacteria in their system. It doesn't mean that it causes the Force, okay? It just means maybe that people who have Jedi-like powers put themselves in situations where they're more likely to pick up this type of bacteria. Bam! Solved.
But
Or the bacteria is drawn to people who use the Force.
however,
Yeah, maybe it eats
the
the energy
lack
or
of the
something.
bacteria can be directly linked to the lack of the Force.
If you don't have
If you don't have the bacteria, you don't have.
if you don't have the
Force.
potential for the Force, the bacteria won't stay with you.
Yeah. Maybe
So
it
the
feeds
Force
off
is
the
a
energy.
disease.
Maybe the bacteria are something that are drawn to the energy and feed off of it.
I feel like anytime I have to stretch this far
Yeah.
to save something like this, it's...
Oh, I'm not saying it deserves to be saved. I'm just saying. that Jedi are fucking terrible scientists. I don't know why we're listening to the
They're
bullshit.
Jedi.
Qui-Gon Jinn doesn't know fuck all about Yoda. Yoda knows how to smoke some kick-ass drugs in a fucking swamp on Dagobah. He doesn't know how to perform science. And Mace Windu, the badass that he is, fine. Guy can't do science. Okay, so
Or he would have known that a lightning blast won't throw him through a windshield.
What probably happened was one asshole had these bacteria in his system, fucked up the entire Jedi laboratory, got it spread throughout the whole thing. So now, half the time they end up testing blood. Yeah, tons of fucking midichlorians.
It affects their the decision-making centers of their brain. They continue to make really stupid decisions and put themselves into dangerous circumstances, and then blindly blame everyone else around them.
Maybe it's just like the test itself that gives them the midichlorians. It's like Jedi herpes.
So what you're saying is they've failed to test they failed to treat the
They didn't sterilize the equipment.
the instruments.
Just don't sterilize it.
So this
They're
is
not scientists.
wow. This got dark because that.
This is why the
that's
Jedi
like
are celibate.
malpractice of a high order. Man, and they
This is
stuck
not
kids-
high. This is
they were
not
sticking kids with that
malpractice.
shit.
Younglings.
Sorry, they were sticking younglings with that shit.
Oh.
My God, that word makes me want to vomit. That might also be the phlegm, but it might be the word.
I'll say a little from column A and a little from column B.
Why am I still looking for a picture of Batman and Spider-Man in Eiffel Tower over a
Because
pony?
you've got what's left over of pneumonia and the
I'm gonna
thoughts
stop.
stick in your head.
Midichlorians are just rotting your brain.
Oh God, don't say that.
Disney has closed Pixar Canada in Vancouver.
Boo!
Well, it was 100 jobs.
Yep.
I don't I mean,
That's shitty.
that's still awful, but I can see where when you're a huge company and you're going, where can we squeeze just that little bit more profit out
But
of our...
it doesn't make any sense because, I mean, it closes the door to a lot of Canadian talent with them. I don't know. I don't think I'd want to move to Florida. I honestly don't think I would. I'd be much more willing to move to Vancouver. If I had the types of skills that Pixar wanted, and I certainly don't. So it's a moot point. But, if they
Move
offered...
to Florida, live in a gated community,
No, I would hate that.
sit on top of your roof with a shotgun
Because you live in Florida.
because you live in
Because
Florida.
I can't stand my ground laws. Somebody
Yeah, you can shoot who
accidentally
whoever
steps
you
onto my
want.
property. Bam! Stand in my ground, motherfucker! Fucking United States.
I
Great
just lived in
shit.
Florida, actually. And it is one of the most twisted places I've
Oh,
ever
yeah.
been. We went to a gun range one time and I rented a gun.
Yeah, it's great. I want to go to Vegas. To one of those giant, shooting ranges where you can...
Friend of mine did
M16.
that.
Yeah. Fucking bazookas. Seriously.
Yeah. You
I want
Okay,
to
I
shoot
didn't know
a
about the
bazooka.
bazooka.
It sounds like although if you go to the Saudi Arabia, you can go to a range and shoot a cow with a bazooka. I don't know if I'd want to do that unless I could eat it afterward. Because
You really
I'm not
wouldn't
sure
want to
you-
eat
yeah.
that afterward.
I don't think you can.
I think you could actually pick it up off the ground.
Oh, I'm sure,
and then
but
eat
the
it.
but the residual, whatever.
It's an experience.
There's no
The
such thing-
residual
It's
explosives
an
you
experience,
ingest.
PigMonkey.
There's no such thing as a mesquite round.
Just no. All you have to do is coat the rocket propelled grenade
With barbecue
with
sauce.
barbecue sauce and then shoot it at the cow, or just coat the cow with barbecue sauce, marinate the meat as it's
on,
baking in that
Bessie.
hot desert sun.
Note to self.
Do they kill the cow before you shoot it with the bazooka?
I'm
Or
going
is
with
it
no,
a
because
lot?
yeah,
I'm
it's
thinking
like
At
At
No,
some point, the
what's
cow
worse?
is not surviving the process.
What's worse, shooting a live cow with a bazooka or shooting a dead cow with a bazooka?
It depends
Morally.
if you're the cow.
I suppose.
Yes.
What
I
would
would
if
say-
putting
I would
myself
s-
into the shoes of a cow.
I would want to be dead before I was
No,
shot.
I'd
want to
get blown up. As an
Yeah.
experience, it's your last experience on Earth. To experience
Your last
being blown up.
experience on Earth as a cow is being turned into shit.
Well, as a living cow is being blown up. Like, that'd be kind of cool.
It's better than the bolt to the head you normally get.
Is it though?
Is it?
It's a lateral
Is it?
move,
I don't know.
really.
I honestly think a bolt to the head for me, a lot more quiet, a whole lot faster than what's that kind of? Yeah,
But if you're a cow,
that's a really weird looking dot.
if you're a cow and the last time you get tipped is with a rocket, that's gotta go out in style.
Like, you go up to cow heaven, and like this one goes, "Yeah, I got struck by lightning. Yeah, I drowned. Yeah, I got fucking blown up by a fucking RPG. Yeah." Or
So
like,
you go to
"Moo."
Cal Valhalla?
Yeah, like, moo, motherfuckers.
Well, no, I mean, what about all the then what happens to the cows who get like herded across minefields and stuff like that?
They also go to Cal Valhalla.
They go to Valhalla. Valhalla.
I was thinking Cowhalla.
Valhalla.
Valhalla, I like that.
Yeah.
Do minotaurs end up in Valhalla?
No,
No, just cows, right?
just cows. Or half the Minotaur goes to Valhalla.
Just the head.
Just like,
Just the head.
kill me. You're already dead, brother. You're in Valhalla.
Only small minotaurs.
Sorry. I think I broke
That got really twisted.
You told me I'd be at peace.
Cow combat. It all ends with cow combat.
This episode's gone to a very dark place.
It does that.
We should make cows fight our wars for us.
Yes.
Just the thought. I don't know where that came from. I'm sorry. Pneumonia.
Rocket-powered cows.
I want to put a jetpack on a cow.
They produce too much methane. They'd light themselves on fire.
I'm okay with that.
Or we could
You
have
didn't
the
think
methane.
the cow was going to land safely, did you?
The cow's just up there. I can land, right? Well, in a sense.
Define land.
It's what you're about to hit.
Exactly. I'm sure there's some way you can get the methane to actually power said jetpack.
Briefly.
So, like, the cow farts into the jetpack, and that propels
That's what
it?
powers it?
Yeah.
That could work. That couldn't work at all, actually.
No.
It's a terrible idea. It's a good thing I'm not in, like, a physics field.
It's
Weaponizing
like
bovine.
using that- No. Refining it. Like every car in the future will be powered by a cow's anus. You just have a cow that you back up into the. Use that methane as your fuel. You have a reverse. It's a reverse cow car.
I just really like the idea of there being some sort of government contract or military wing titled Bovine Combat Unit. It
BCU.
warms my heart.
All right, troops, let's move.
Oh. We're
You're out,
moving on.
Desjardins. You're out.
Well, season 26 for The Simpsons. It has now gone beyond being a zombie. It is well established into the ranks of the undead.
You told me I'd be at peace.
Season 26. It is now the longest running North American television show ever.
But it's had that distinction for a while now.
No,
Well, it's had the cartoon thing.
cartoon and then sitcom. It's now the longest. It's been the longest running sitcom, and now it's the longest running
Primetime show.
something like that.
Well, yeah, because
Like,
then there's other shows like Price is Right that have been around for. Like,
well,
They
and all the soap operas have been around
yeah.
since the 60s. So.
But those
Coronation
are dying off
Street
as
and
well,
such.
so.
Are they?
Coronation Street and such.
yeah.
There's a guy, apparently on Coronation Street, who's in the Guinness World Book of Records, because when he started, he played the grandson, and now he plays the grandfather.
That's a cradle to grave job there. That's pretty sweet.
But
There's
as an
a
actor,
Truman
that'd be
Show.
amazing.
Huh?
As an actor, that'd be amazing.
You must get
You go
tired
into
of
work
the
every
role.
day.
He must get tired of the role, though.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure, like, after a while, I was like, fuck what
it.
else am I going to do? Like,
He's like one of the dinosaurs in the Flintstones. It's a lemming.
What are they gonna do? Like, Is there anything new for The Simpsons? Could they...
Well, aren't they killing off?
They're
a major
killing a
Kill
character,
somebody,
but
that's it.
we still don't know.
But they've
We
killed
still don't
characters before.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Mud and
but
all
I
that.
mean, it's not like it's going to have any great effect on the overall storyline. They're not going to kill Lisa or Marge or Homer or
They could
Maggie.
kill Burns. That would be big.
Yeah,
Burns would
but
be a big effect.
Has he
I
really
don't
been
think
a
they're
part of
gonna-
the show recently though? Like,
I don't think they're
it
going to
feels
kill
like they moved
Burns.
away from Homer
I
actually. having a
really
job.
do. I really do like the idea that it's going to be Sideshow Bob. I think that's the strongest one we've had.
How about this? Kill off Bart and then bring in a new character, Bort.
That's a callback to
That's a
season
callback.
4.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. It was a simpler time.
No, it wasn't. That's the thing. It's a simpler time now. These stories are far more simple than they were.
I guess.
Yeah.
They could always make a bigger rivalry between Maggie and that unibrow baby. Because they've never really gone into that as extensively as they possibly could have.
You know what? You know what? I'd like to see season 26 with them. They just start and they're all suddenly aged to how old they should be by now. Homer's dead of an aneurysm.
Oh yeah, I know he's long dead. Bart, prison.
Prison?
Definitely in prison. Oh yeah.
Lisa...
No, Lisa in prison. She took the fall for something Bart did.
Think so? I
Yeah.
would say Lisa's smart enough to be committing acts of eco-terrorism and being in prison by herself.
Or doing the whole Breaking Bad thing.
Oh, Lisa becomes the new Krabappel.
Wow. So what else is going on in the week?
You got something?
I've got a couple things. So Peter Dinklage is slated to star in an R-rated comedy with, well, it's basically kind of slated as almost a Bad Santa-esque film, where
Peter Dinklage.
Dinklage is from Game of Thrones. He plays the imp. He was also in he was in Elf.
He's been in a lot of stuff.
I just
too.
remember him from Elf because he plays that really douchebag children's book writer, and then like Elf comes in and just like, when did you get here from the North Pole? And like, it's just very funny, and then like, eventually he like runs across the table and beats the shit out of Elf. Anyway, so yeah, he's slated to star in this film, but it's supposed to be about this guy who tries to convince people that he's an actual leprechaun. So it's again, it's an R-rated comedy, so it's like Bad Santa. If you've never seen that, you should. It's like one of my favorite Christmas films.
Pretty good movie.
It is.
I really liked him in Bruges.
Peter Dinklage?
Yeah.
Yep.
Was he in that?
Yeah,
he was the racist.
He was the
That's
racist
right.
midget who was talking about how bad black midgets are.
That's right.
It was,
God, he's such a good actor. That's the great thing about him. Like,
and then he got his face shot off at the end.
Well, he completely puts himself in the role. Like, there's a great movie called Death at a Funeral. There's
Yes.
the original British version, directed by Frank Oz, has Wash from Firefly in it. Anyway, he plays
Alan Tudyk.
Yeah, Alan Tudyk. Thank you. He plays this great character in that film as well. That's on Netflix, I think. Anyway, so in this film, he plays a guy who's trying to convince people that he's an actual leprechaun, which reminded me of this joke. So, PigMonkey is shutting down already. So, this guy walks into the bathroom, and he into a public restroom, and he goes to the urinal, unzips his flangs, and gets ready to do his stuff. So, a couple moments later, a little person walks in and goes to the other urinal and unzips his fly and takes his package out. And the original guy, can't help but see it out the corner of his eye. It's fucking massive. Like, this little person's dick is huge. Like, the guy's a tripod. It's amazing. So the original guy is kind of like glancing down and like trying to stop himself from looking, but he can't. And the little person kind of notices, and he says, "Yeah, I know it's big." And the guy just says, like, I can't believe, like, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be rude. I'm not trying to, like, start something here. This is amazing. Wow. How? And the guy says, well, I'll level with you. I'm a leprechaun. I gave it to myself as a wish. And so the original guy says, wait, seriously, you're a leprechaun? And the little person says, yeah, I'm a leprechaun. He says, well, I know leprechaun rules. You're a leprechaun. I just caught you. You have to give me a wish. And the leprechaun says, okay, one wish. Fair and square, you got it. And the guy says, I want to have a dick as big as yours. And so the leprechaun says, all right, but that's a special wish. So you're going to have to let me fuck you up the ass first. And so the guy thinks it over for a moment or two. He finally agrees. They step into one of the stalls, do their business, transaction, I guess you could call it. And they step back out. They're both kind of doing up their pants. And the original guy says, man, I can't believe that I'm going to have a dick as big as yours. And the leprechaun says, I can't believe you actually thought I was a leprechaun.
I'm not judging you any more or less than I did before. But I'm judging you for a whole new reason now.
I know.
Yes.
I think I heard that joke for the first time when I was in grade 6. It was hilarious then. And now not so much. I don't know if you talked about... I can't remember if you talked about this. Marvel shut down the Punisher fan film.
Yeah. That was... What was that about? Were they just too close, or...
So the fan film is called The Dead Can't Be Distracted. Kind of like it's a fan film. So it's one of those things where just some fans of the character got together, decided, hey, let's Marvel isn't doing anything that we want to see. It's kind of like how Trekkies kind of put out their own little fan things, and Paramount's just like, oh, whatever, I don't give a shit.
Same thing like the Wonder Woman trailer that came out.
Yeah, exactly. So apparently Marvel sent them this letter saying, while we appreciate your affection for the character, we must demand that you immediately stop your unauthorized use, advertising, sale, and or distribution of any production of The Punisher or any other Marvel character-based films, therefore, and any other use of the images, likeness, artwork, or other intellectual property owned by Marvel. Your actions confuse consumers into believing that they are viewing an authentic Marvel production or one sponsored or licensed by Marvel when they are not. Marvel reserves the right to take whatever remedies are available to it at law and in equity, and shall do whatever best protects its interest. So, basically, they said, fuck off, Marvel. Or fuck off, you guys who are making this film. I don't know, like...
It seems kind of short-sighted.
It does?
Like, first of all, Marvel is not giving credit to its fan base. These are people who are pirating their movies off of the internet on a daily basis. So they're going to know the difference between a fake movie or a movie made by Marvel and a fan-made movie. Not only that, it's an incredibly bad PR move for them. Like, well, and it's not going to stop people either. If
they're that concerned about their characters and all that, why did they let Ghost Rider 2 happen?
Well, they'd sold the rights. That wasn't them.
And that was more for the Middle East market, that movie, than the American market.
Was it?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
It did huge in the Middle East.
Really?
Which is weird.
Wow. I had no idea.
Something about Nicolas Cage.
On fire.
Yeah, Nicolas Cage on fire. I would pay to see that.
Different subtitles. It's a whole other movie.
Nicolas Cage, please. Yes.
Yet the streaming would still be the same.
Oh, yes.
Have you seen the Wicker Man remake?
No.
Oh, not the bees! Not the bees! Ah! It's the worst. Because like they put a mask of bees on his head.
Yes.
And they're all CGI bees. And he's just... Ah, blah, 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 like he's just totally freaks out. Just search it on YouTube.
Okay.
I've only ever seen the bee scene, and that's all
Nicolas
you need
Cage
to see.
Bee scene, something like that.
Yeah.
It's just it's horrifying. And that's when I mean, it wasn't even that long ago, but that's actually when I just said, Nick, I think you're done. Sorry, bud.
But oddly enough, rated the #1 actor in China.
My God.
Nicolas Cage.
Anyway, so it's
Wow.
a shame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder how they bill him. Do they bill him as Nicolas Cage in China, or does he have a different name?
Loud man in rubber suit.
Yeah, white bland face.
I
I don't.
Hey man, a lot of French people like Jerry Lewis. Personally, I don't.
The Germans love Hasselhoff.
Yeah,
So...
well, I mean,
hey, you leave the Hoff alone. I'm just kidding. You can rag on
Okay,
the
yeah.
Hoff all you
I
want.
was
I
about
don't
to say.
get Nicolas Cage singing. My grandfather was Chinese. I have no idea.
so it's not genetic. I think
No.
we've established
Genetic thing.
that it's not genetic. I think it's more of a taste thing.
I don't know. I kind of hope, like, on the one hand, that Marvel snaps to its senses and just, like, lets them do their thing. And
But that's the
maybe-
kind of thing that would require, like, a lot of signatures from the internet. Like,
Yeah.
you would need a lot of people to come up and say, no, let them produce. We know it's not a Marvel production. You can put it up as a thing. It's a fan production. But as a fan, we want to see these stories.
well, yeah, and I mean, even Greg Rucka, the writer whose story inspired this fan film, he even said, like, this is fucking awesome. So it's a shame that Marvel was short-sighted like that, but part of me kind of hopes that maybe this means they have something in the pipeline. What I would love to see is if they made a partnership. Like, I don't want to see this on ABC or anything, but I'd love to see like a 13-issue or 13-episode Frank Castle television show on AMC or HBO or something.
Last time they were talking about a Punisher TV series, it was looking awful. Like, he was going to be a cop by day, but at night he put on the Punisher outfit and hunted down the criminals that got away from...
When
It
was
doesn't
this?
have to be that way.
It wasn't even that long ago.
But it doesn't have to be that way.
It doesn't.
Like, get Rucka, get fucking Crossed Boy.
Ennis.
Ennis, thank you. I don't know. That's fucking pneumonia. But hey, requisite cross reference. Yeah. So get
So
them
proud of himself.
as no, I'm just really fucking out of it right now. Get those two on the helm and make this a dark, ultra violent. Like, I'm talking Walking Dead violent or worse.
Up is down, black is white.
Yeah, like
Welcome back, Frank stuff.
Like, maybe even, like, talk, like, have Frank Castle, like, say things, like, never show a superhero, but always have
We'll
Frank
do a
Castle say
Punisher
things
Max.
like this.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Just
Well, there
Punisher Max
are
style.
super-ish characters in Max, but
Yeah,
they
but
never,
they're not. They're
no,
not. They're still human level.
They are.
Yeah.
But I want to see, like, Frank Castle say shit like, fucking Spider-Man, you know, fucking bullshit. He walks in there, he's going to take him to the cops. What's going to happen? 24 hours later, they're back on the street. You know, I don't play with that shit.
Yeah, but you're never going to get that.
Why not?
Because
AMC.
most people, even then, most people who are watching Punisher are not looking for the interconnection between him and Spider-Man. They
Well, it doesn't
put
have
them
to be
in a-
Spider-Man, but it's just that statement. Like, again, you don't have to connect it to any of the other Marvel shit. People will watch a show. It's cathartic. People will watch a show about an angry man who had something bad happen to him, who then goes out and fucks people's shit up. That's why there were
That's like
8
half of the shows on TV.
Death Wish movies, you know, because
Yeah.
guy had bad shit happen to him, and he said no more, and went out and shot some people.
Yeah.
And I would love to, but I want to see, like, Punisher do it. There's no reason it can't happen, other than short-sightedness on the part of everybody who's not me.
Because you are smart and we are stupid.
Not you.
Oh, okay.
the royal you.
Okay.
Yeah.
The royal me.
The royal eye PigMonkey.
I can't see Marvel ever taking their brand and making it that dark, though.
Why not, though? There's money to
Punisher
be made.
Max was plenty dark.
Well, I mean, on a media like a big screen or like a series or something.
The good thing is, though, with a movie like The Punisher, it doesn't have to be a $50 million movie or a $100 million movie. It doesn't even have to be a $10 million movie. You can make a good Punisher film with like $3 million. Okay? The fact that these guys were making a great looking Punisher movie on chump change, you know, Marvel just has to say $3 million, make this hard R movie, and then all the adults go and see it. Hey, you make your money back. You know, and probably pull in like 10 million. You know, if they make it good enough.
Yeah, you know what I'd like to see? Now that they've had that plug yanked out from under it, redesign a symbol to put on the chest, change some story points just a little bit, and make the movie anyway. If it's that good and it's inspired, it's far enough off. I mean, you have you have a long tradition of that between Marvel and DC, of making mock characters.
Lobo.
Who are you? I'm Revenge Man. Or I'm the Revenger.
But instead of having like a skull, give him like a Templar's cross. It's a white shirt with a red cross on it. Well, they would probably think it's
Crossed.
Sweden then. No.
No,
Anyway.
if they started fucking like skull fucking babies, then
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 yes,
it
it would
was
be
crossed.
crossed. Yes, somebody gets.
That's
beat
a
to death
bit
with horse
further
stick.
off the
I'm aware.
script than I had originally intended. But if you want to write that in your new non-Punisher character, Skull fucks babies, go to her, fill your boots.
Garth Ennis is just sitting there. Yeah, motherfuckers.
Bear in mind, if you skull fuck young ladies,
Yeah, not children.
Ah.
He's proud of himself, too.
You know what? Given the way Anakin was acting before he walked in there, I wouldn't be surprised if he did. But just saying.
it'd be a huge scandal.
Apparently, being Sith turns you into a really disgusting.
It turns you into Hayden Christensen.
Now, in all fairness, he was that before he became Sith.
Oh, that's true. I
Yeah,
apologize.
that is true.
What else you got there?
This was just kind of an interesting note. So far, the Hobbit trilogy has cost $561 million to make.
They've only made one movie.
So far.
Yeah.
Well, a second one coming soon.
Yeah,
But
and that's
How
just
are they-
CGI a dragon. So
so far, $561 million. I don't know what to be.
How are they gonna
shocked,
make their money back
appalled,
on
or
this?
impressed? Well,
3D
people will
sales.
see it.
Yeah.
People will see it.
And
certainly.
and the Blu-ray sales. Well, like they might not make their money back on the movie, but they'll definitely make it back on the Blu-ray sales.
They'll make their money back in the theater, I think, because I mean, all of these things are really huge overseas as well. Like
Yeah.
all the Hobbit films and the Lord of the Rings were all massive overseas. So I
They
imagine.
CGI in Nicolas
Nicolas
Cage over
He plays the dragon.
oh my god, if it wasn't
with his skull on fire.
Well, that's for the Middle Eastern.
Yeah,
market,
that's from
apparently.
Middle East.
My God.
if Smaug was voiced by Nicolas Cage instead of Benedict Cumberbatch, that would be a totally different movie.
A movie that I strangely want to see.
It would be like staring at a train wreck. You know?
Kind of like how the guy did the motion capture for Gollum. I want to see Nicolas Cage do the motion capture for the dragon.
Blah, blah, blah.
Ah, get away from my gold!
Not the bees.
Just superimpose all different actors into all the different roles. That's right.
You could.
Steve Buscemi is gone.
Yeah, you just swap out and
Steve Buscemi is Bilbo.
My God. This is turning into an amazing film. Throw in some younglings and I'm there.
Was that it, or was that?
I had one more thing, but then I accidentally closed my window. So give me a second. Talk amongst yourselves.
Going back to the Marvel thing, though, I mean, Marvel has always dropped hints of all these different characters that were going to make movies. They were going to make a Power Man movie. They were going to make an Iron Fist movie.
They will
They were going to
eventually.
make a Black Panther movie. Like, they were making all that.
I think they are making a Black.
There's-
Submariner
hope they
movie
are.
Keep in
down the
mind,
pipe.
there are 7 films slated for Phase 3.
Yep.
So we will see a Black Panther movie, I have no doubt, and we will see a Doctor Strange movie, I have no doubt, and I'll even put money on seeing a Luke Cage Power Man film,
Well, Iron Fist
yeah.
was going through Ray
and
Park.
possibly Iron Fist as well.
Who?
Ray Park.
Who's that? That's familiar and can't put a face to the name.
Darth Maul.
Oh,
Huh.
He was supposed to be Iron Fist.
yeah, he could do it.
Yeah.
He could do it.
No, it was a pretty good Toad.
And,
Yeah.
who was it? Michael Jai White was supposed to be Black Panther.
Again, makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd watch that.
And yet DC cannot come up with a Wonder Woman movie.
It is pretty sad if you think about it.
Yeah.
I mean, I know they've been putting a lot of their effort into the TV show end of things, but why not strive for that cohesive cinematic universe? I mean, they've had, like, Superman. Those were, like, blockbuster films, and they came out in, what, the 70s? Like, the first one was, what?
1980.
The first one was 80?
Yeah.
I thought it was 1977 for some reason.
And the Batman movies were pretty big for a while there.
Yeah.
The Wonder Woman.
Man of Steel did well, but that was a little half and half with the critics.
Yeah.
Whereas Avengers and Captain America did excellent with the critics.
Last time.
It's true.
Well, like, how did you guys feel about him killing the bad guy in Man of Steel?
Kind of felt that made the bad guy win.
Is that a bad thing?
Not necessarily.
Superman doesn't kill though. Like that's.
But that was what they were
That's the-
driving, was that the only way he could stop this other Superman was by breaking his own code. It's much the
Yeah.
same as in the comic book when he beat Doomsday to death. The only way to stop him was to actually do the one thing that Superman would
But
never
it
do.
was Zod.
Yeah.
Like he does. You can't kill Zod. He goes to the Phantom Zone so he can come back and threaten him again.
Maybe he does, because now he's a ghost. Phantom Zone?
Saying
He's-
one of the
he's
tubes.
a ghost. So wait a second. You're saying an
Interesting.
alien ghost?
Yes.
Are you a fucking Scientologist? Is
And-
that what you're? Is that what you're?
Shut up.
Well, he's still got pneumonia.
It's a
That's
legitimate
medication.
religion. Can't even say it with a straight face. Fuck.
An alien ghost is the cause for all.
And
of our
then he's gonna
problems.
latch himself on to Superman and make him feel really sad and just down on himself. So then Superman has to go and get tested for his thetan count
Yes.
and
Audited.
audited. You're right.
Audited.
I apologize. And Superman will be asked vague questions like, "Have you ever felt sad?"
I would kill to see that in a comic.
Yeah.
Superman being tested
For
theta
Theta.
count
For Satan's.
through. Well, Superman, if you're really truly open to all things in the world, you'll sit down and allow yourself to be audited. Superman becomes a Scientologist.
And then he becomes like best friends with Tom Cruise.
That actually would be a really interesting comics that some religion would pop up via Kryptonian ghosts.
So how would this
Scientology.
rate against a comic book that you brought here tonight?
The Superman Wonder Woman?
Yeah,
A lot higher.
a lot higher. Wow.
It was that
Yeah.
bad. Since we are
no, yeah.
Absolutely.
the spoilers.
Oh no, spoilers don't count here.
Yes.
Unless somebody here starts going,
No, stop
I
it.
doubt anybody is. The depiction of Wonder Woman is pretty shitty. Like, unbelievably, well, why can't Superman and I be out as a couple? Why can't we be in the public eye? You both have secret identities. Are you fucking stupid?
Does
Yeah, but
Wonder
not
Woman-
really
does Wonder Woman have a
good
secret identity?
identities.
No. But you both have separate enemies that are pretty powerful.
So do they fight at all in this comic, except each other? Like, do they have arguments together, but they don't go out? This is what happens in between going out to save the world from, like, alien invasions and Lex Luthor.
Pretty much. It starts off with them with a hurricane and saving a plane. And then there's the in-between of them talking about their relationship, and cuts back to the hurricane and the airplane, and Doomsday shows up in the end.
Damn it, Kal-El.
It's comics in the 90s again.
Damn it, Kal-El. I told you before we went to fight Doomsday. Start the dishwasher. Now we're home, and the dishes aren't clean, and I want to watch TV, and anytime we have the dishwasher running, I can't hear the TV. Oh, I'm sorry I don't have super hearing.
You
we
know,
can't all be
Nicholas-
Supermen.
You know Nicolas Cage named his kid Kal-El?
It's back to Nicolas Cage.
It just occurred to me. I found this out last night. I'm like, you're a weird dude, Nicolas
Okay,
Cage.
you only
He
found
is
that
a
out last
weird
night?
dude.
Does that make him more weird, or, like am I surprised
Or on
to
par
hear this?
weird?
Apparently the Chinese love it, though.
But there is some good news in comics coming
Yes.
up. So, I mean, it's not all doom and gloom and relationship woes for superheroes.
Well, when you first mentioned that without reading it, all I could think of was some romantic comedy thing.
Well,
Pretty
that's,
much.
From a destroyed planet, and she's an Amazon princess. How will they make things work?
it's pretty much how it is. Even in the comic, she's not allowed to go to the Fortress of Solitude. Nobody is.
Nobody
That's
goes
the
to
man
the man cave.
I was thinking it might be a reference for, like, Superman going to the bathroom in the morning.
Yes, his masturbation hut.
Well, I was just going to say taking a shit while reading the paper, but okay. Took it
He's
somewhere
got
else.
enough. He needs to be in the Fortress of Solitude because when he goes off, he fires off for
Oh,
like
yeah.
a clear mile, like a 50 caliber.
So basically, the
50
Fortress of
caliber rifle.
Solitude is now just his masturbation hut.
Yeah, it's just all the holes in it. That's
Where he
Yeah.
goes.
Wow. Okay.
But the Conan Red Sonja crossover coming up.
Yes, next year.
That's going to be pretty epic.
Yeah, Gail Simone announced it on her Twitter that
Yeah.
next year her and Brian Wood are going to do a Red Sonja Conan crossover.
This should be good.
I haven't read Conan in quite a while.
That's
Really
Well,
good.
you know the basic story.
He has.
Duh. I've read
And
one
since I
Conan.
That's all you
probably
need.
That's
beat
pretty
you
much-
about the head and neck at one point or another with some of the collected work of Brian Wood,
Yeah.
you know it's going to be solid.
Yeah.
One thing that kind of made the rounds this week that I'm disappointed about because it's one of my favorite graphic novels, Black Hole. Has anybody here read Black Hole?
Yes.
I have
Yes.
not. What is it?
It basically it's a black and white. It's thick, like it's a thick book, but it doesn't take long to read at all. But it takes place in the 70s in a small town where a sexually transmitted parasite is being spread around town amongst
I've
all
heard
the
of this.
youths, and it manifests itself in body modifications, basically. So it turns people into walking
Mutants.
freaks, mutants. Yeah. There's a whole bunch of ways to read it.
So
and
do like normal teenagers go out and find mutants to fuck? Like,
some do.
you get a lot
Like,
of tentacle sex
there's-
happening on this.
There's a whole. I recommend. I'll lend it to
So
you.
you have read it.
It's a really interesting book, and there's lots of different ways to interpret it and look at it. But a lot of people I know who read it, it's one of my favorite works, like non-superhero works. A lot of people who I recommended it to despised it. But it's being worked on, I believe, as a David Lynch movie.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I was about to say, that sounds about right.
But it's being optioned by Brad Pitt's production company, Plan B, which usually, we'll say 2 years ago, would have made me really happy and excited. But before, or since then,
Prepare for irrational hatred.
he
Says the man
he-
who
he-
dislikes how Sonic looks.
being Brad Pitt, brought forth an abomination called World War Z,
which you have not seen,
and I will never see, and I will make it my life's goal.
What's wrong with you? You're making a man with pneumonia rant.
I'm okay.
That's just mean.
I'm okay with this.
If he can't rant, then he's weak and must be called.
Fair enough.
You know he's weak. He got pneumonia.
I'm okay with that theory, but I feel like I don't need to see it. I've had enough people tell me about the film. I've read the synopsis. I've seen the honest trailer for it. And I know that it has absolutely nothing
to do with the
book, with the exception of the title, which offends me greatly because it's such amazing source material. And the fact that this happened, like they ruined the possibility of making an actual World War Z movie in the near future anyway. So,
well, I feel the same way about the Dresden Files TV show.
There you go. So you recognize my pain. And I think we all have something like, George Lucas did with the prequel trilogy. But we all have something like that has been ruined. Anyway, so I will never trust Brad Pitt again.
Why would you trust him in the first place?
I was so...
It was the body, wasn't it?
He's just so dreamy.
He really is. Those eyes.
Yeah.
He had such trusting eyes.
Yeah.
And then he ripped that trust away and made me cry.
And now you feel dirty and alone.
No, I probably, like, if it ends up getting good reviews, I'll definitely see it. Oh, sorry, it's not David Lynch, it's David Fincher.
Okay, that's two completely different movie styles.
Yeah, sorry, I couldn't remember which David it was, but David Fincher, who did Seven.
All right.
It's still solid.
Yeah, I mean, they're saying David Fincher. Yeah, so it could be good. I mean, if Brad Pitt keeps his stupid little fingers off of it, doesn't insist on having a starring role.
I got stupid fingers, and you can put my stupid fingers on it.
Or tentacles.
Okay, if he makes this film and it ends up being horrible, I will
hunt him down.
I will firmly believe in my twisted mind that Brad Pitt is just trying to piss me off.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah. And
I think that's healthy.
Yeah, as a nerd, it's no different than any other obsession. I'll start like, in the movie Seven, the guy had that really creepy book that he made.
Yeah.
I'll make one of those for Brad Pitt and send it to him. And
nice.
Then this is being recorded right now.
I'm pretty sure. You know what? I'm pretty sure somebody's already done that. It's been a long time. Seven's been out for a long time. I'm sure that he gets one of those a week from crazed fans.
Are you saying it won't matter?
It won't matter.
It'll matter to me.
Okay, well then, fair enough. We're at time here, so I want to thank Sam for coming out for this show.
Fun time.
Can I just ask?
Go for it.
So you're a fan of this show?
Yes.
Have we shattered the illusion?
No.
Okay, so it's pretty much as you expected?
Yeah.
Oh, that's sad.
Really?
You had low expectations.
It really is. You're not supposed to agree with him.
You had low expectations. Wow. Okay.
Well, he's ill. You gotta be nice.
I want to thank Sam and Gavin.
Thank you.
Alex.
Hey, buddy. Thank you.
And I'm PigMonkey, and that's the show.